Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Eden Full Clear Challenge. So before we start today, there's just a few things I want to go over. So first of all, thank you everyone who voted on the poll over on the Band of Isaac Afterbirth Plus page on Facebook. I did put a poll out on there and they did vote that they would like to see some more helpful tips and tricks. You know, how to beat bosses, what items do, synergies, that sort of thing. So I will be trying to implement those into the Full Clear Challenge. So going on forward, we will be talking about best ways, in my opinion, that you can kill bosses and exploits and whatever. But other than that, we are going to just head into this one like as a normal full clear challenge. Obviously, we're looking for win number 5. I'll see you guys on floor 1 and we'll see what items we start with. And let's head into this one. Okay. Hairstyle's a bit crazy, but other than that, it's not too bad. Stat-wise, we have 0.91 movement speed, so 1 is where you want to be at. 0.9 is not a million miles away though, so we'll take it. Range of 27 is fine. 23 is where you want to be at, so 27 is definitely okay. T-delay of 9, you want to be 10 or below, so 9 is obviously below 10. That's fine. Shot speed, I was going to say movement speed, but it's shot speed of 1.05. You want to be 1 or above, so 1.05 is definitely that. Damage of 3.27 is a little bit of a letdown, but it's not too bad. You want it to be 3.5 or above. Obviously 3.27 is not too far away from that, so that's okay. Luck, doesn't really matter. Starting items, we started with Little Chub, so that's the little chub follower next to us on the left there. He does decent amount of contact damage. He's not too bad. I mean, you're not really going to notice him, to be totally honest. If he hits things, he hits things. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We also picked up Bumbo. So Bumbo is the little head that floats around us. Anyone that has played Bumbo knows that he loves coins. So if he does see a coin spawn on the map, he will go for it. If he beats you to it, then you've lost it. But yeah, Bumbo can be pretty good. I mean, he does a decent amount of damage when he gets to stage 4, but he does take a lot of coins off you, so sometimes it's not necessarily worth. Yeah, we'll bomb into the store and see what's in there, why not? Oh, Bumbo. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can get the 5 cents here. We can. We're not going to be able to get a key though. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get a key to open that chest. I suppose we could buy this one. But what are the chances we'll get anything? Well, there's no... We'd have to get like... We'll risk it. We'd have to get like 10 coins from this gold chest to get Steam sale. We'll risk it. Wow, we got Cricket's Head. That was definitely worth it. So we didn't get what we wanted, but we got Cricket's Head anyway, so that's fine by me. We'll take this soul heart and we'll move towards the boss. So Bumbo steals your coins. The more coins he gets, the bigger he gets. Once he gets to a certain level, he's at like max Bumbo, and he does decent damage. He shoots tears. He runs at enemies and whatnot. So he's okay, but he's not like the greatest. I don't really like him, but he is what he is. We get Mr. Dolly. So Mr. Dolly gives us a range and a tears delay. It also gives us some soul heart. We got Cricket's Head, which is a massive damage up. So we're now at 6.29, so almost doubled our damage. So that's pretty great. I would have liked Steam sale, but we couldn't get it. That is a full clear of floor 1. It did take us 3 minutes. There is a tainted rock here, but what can you do? We don't have any bombs. And we will move down to floor 2. I'll discuss the best way to beat Larry Jr. if you can't already do it. But we'll do that on floor 2 and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so we did have quite a lot of health. So as far as not floor 2, as far as Larry Jr. goes, I mean, he's honestly one of the easiest bosses in the game. A lot of people that I've seen on YouTube and other people like that usually go for his head so he doesn't split. That is a strategy. I mean, if that's the one that works for you, if you hit him in the head, it'll just remove the head one and it'll just keep knocking it down until he obviously disappears. But, you know, finessing yourself into a position to constantly hit him in the head could get you hit. So for me, I don't bother. I just hit him. If he splits, he splits. He's not that hard to dodge, I don't think. So I just don't really care enough to focus on chasing him around and just hit him in the head. We did just get Daddy Longlegs. So Daddy Longlegs is the shadow here that you see. He doesn't attack Isaac, but he does attack enemies in the room. So you'll see it in a second here. Daddy Longlegs, there you go. He does a stomp. Good damage. It does decent amount of damage. It doesn't hit you. There's no repercussions. There's no bad side. It just literally stomps the crap out of something, and it hurts. So definitely a good item. Like, there you go. Daddy Longlegs cleared that for us. We did also get the Game Kid. I don't know if I mentioned it on the first floor. I don't think I did. The Game Kid is a reference to Pac-Man, so it makes us the Pac-Man that eats the ghosts. It's pretty good. It's not the best spacebar item, but it is pretty good. We definitely will be taking the Pact. We'll use the Beggar for a couple of hearts, see if we can get anything. Experimental Treatment. Sure. Okay, we gained a heart. We lost some movement speed, but we gained damage. We gained shot speed. We'll take the Pact as well. So we go back to 5. And yeah. So we took experimental treatment that re-rolled our stat to give us a heart container. That's why we still have a red heart. It gave us some damage and some shot speed in place of our tier delay and movement speed. But we obviously picked up the pack, so it puts us back to a 5 tier delay, put our damage up even more. It did cost us 2 hearts, but that's fine. That is a full clear apart from the start, but I'll see you guys on floor 3. I can't even remember who the boss was for this. It was Blighted Ovum. We'll go into that one on the next floor. Okay, so Blighted Ovum is pretty much one of the carbon copies of Gemini or Stephen. It has a little one that follows the big one, and the big one chases you. The best way to fight it is to just kite backwards and shoot. So just let it chase you around the room in a circle. So I'll get down to just one of these left, and I'll show you. So, okay, Daddy Longlegs stomped it. So say it was chasing me around this room, just literally shoot backwards while you move in a circle like this. Obviously I don't have the highest of movement speed, so it probably would hit me if I was on this movement speed. But just kite backwards and kite round in a circle while shooting backwards, and you'll pretty much be able to dodge it. The little one on the Blighted Ovum does shoot a brimstone shot, so be wary of that. Obviously you don't want to get hit by that, so try to stay out of the way of that one, of him. But as far as the big one goes, just kite backwards and hit him. Once the big one dies, the little one dies as well. So that isn't always the same on the other ones, but for Blighted Ovum it is. Once the big one dies, the little one dies as well. On Stephen and Gemini, the little one will then come after you afterwards, so careful with that one. But as far as the Blighted Ovum goes, we get Death's Touch. As far as the Blighted Ovum goes, yeah, the little one doesn't come after you once you kill the big one. So Death's Touch gives us the Scythe tiers. It did give us a tiers down from 5 to 6, but obviously 6 is still very fast. For the damage up that we got and the fact that we now have Scythe tiers, definitely worth it. It's probably one of the best items in the game. Considering you can get, it's probably the best item that you can get non-Devil Deal or Angel Deal, I would say, offensive wise. Maybe Ipecac, but Ipecac obviously you can hurt yourself with. So there's a little bit of on Ipecac, but Death's Touch, I mean, what more can you say? It absolutely knacks. It's the tier size it gives you is massive. There's just no bad side to it, I don't think. Wow, okay. We're definitely not taking black powder, just so everyone's aware of that. We're going to head down to the next floor, and we'll go through the Forsaken boss. That is a full clear though, just so you can see, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so the boss on the last floor was the Forsaken. With the Forsaken, he is invulnerable when he has ads. So he's going to try to attack you and then spawn some ads. While his like creeps or whatever he spawns little bonies, I think. So while his bonies are sort of out and about and trying to attack you, he's like invisible, sort of. He's invulnerable. You can't hit him. He goes like sort of fadedly cloudy, so you're meant to sort of, you know, the image of him being invisible, even though you can still see where he is. It's just sort of like for sure. You won't be able to do any damage to him or anything. He'll just be hidden. So you need to clear the bonies. Don't let them stack up, because otherwise you're just not going to get anywhere. Clear the bonies out. When he does spawn, the only real attack he does is like it's a tri-brimstone, so he shoots it in 3 directions. He usually shoots it directly down from himself and then in the 2 top hand corners from himself. So if you're looking at him face on, so if he stood face on like this, he'll shoot down from his mouth and then up in diagonal towards where Bumbo is and towards where the door is. So just try to stand sort of to the left of him or the right of him, and he won't be able to hit you with that. He does spiral it, so he can sometimes spiral it round. We don't want glass cannon. He can spiral it round and hit you, so you got to be a little bit careful with that. But if you got a decent enough damage, you should just rip through him. I did. The death touch ripped through him, and then you know, he didn't really stand a chance. So that would be my tip for the Forsaken. The reason we didn't hit glass cannon, for anyone wondering, glass cannon puts you to 1/2 of health. 1 heart. Let me try that again. 1/2 heart of health. Try saying that 10 times fast. But 1/2 heart of health every. Wow. Okay, Bumbo robbed us blind there. 1/2 heart. And it gives you max damage. It gives you the highest. It gives you, it gives you great damage. It puts you on as high as it can put you, and you know, the next shot you'll shoot will be massive. It'll do a lot of damage, but that's it. It's just for one singular tier. It's not like the room or the floor or forever. It's one singular tier you shoot out that is humongous and knacks, and that is it. But you have to sacrifice all of your health to do so. So it's definitely, in my eyes, definitely not worth it. I don't understand when it would be worth. Maybe it doesn't take your soul hearts off. Maybe it's only your red hearts. So I guess if you didn't have any red hearts and you just had soul hearts, it might be decent. But I'm not sure if that's actually what it does, or if that's just what I'm assuming it does. So don't quote me on that one. But other than that, I couldn't think of any plausible reason to use it, because it just sucks. So I don't know. I never ever take it. Whenever I see it, it's just a no, thank you. I'm fine. We're gonna leave that gold key here because we don't need it. Everything's unlocked. But yeah, it's something that I never pick up. If I had like a void or something, I'd void it. Well, no, I wouldn't. If I had a black rune, I'd black rune it. But if I had void, I wouldn't go near it. But yeah, so Gertie is this boss. The easiest way to fight Gertie is to wait for her to shoot you. This is Black Gertie though, so we'll go through the 2 variations in a second. Let me just grab a caffeine pill. We'll take that and we get a tears up pill. We'll grab the credit card back and we'll head to the next floor, and I'll tell you about Gertie. So when it's normal Gertie, when it's not a champion version of Gertie, the easiest way to beat her is if you watch the little face. So she has a little face. Obviously there's a big mountain of crap that is Gertie. If you wait and you watch the face, she ducks her face back into her body when she's going to shoot. And when she's going to shoot, she shoots at the direction you stood in currently. So if you are stood directly in front of her, she's going to duck in and shoot directly at you. So once you see the head duck in, move to the left or right. She's still going to shoot where you were, so she's going to shoot right in front of her. Obviously you move to the left or you've moved to the right, so she'll miss. Then you just stay on the left or the right, wait for her to duck back in again, move back to the centre, and you should be fine. That's the easiest way to do it. Just wait for her to duck in to shoot, and then as she ducks in, you move, and she won't be able to hit you. That's the best way that I've found to fight her anyway. I mean, obviously these are all my opinions and how I have fought her over the years. It might not be the best for you, and if it doesn't work for you, then, you know, apologies, but that's obviously how I fight them. So, hopefully it works for you, but if it doesn't, then I apologise, but it's not my fault if you play different to me. This is just my opinions. But we had Black Gertie there, so Black Gertie is the champion version. We get Jacob's Ladder. This has been some run so far. Yeah, so this has been some run. With Black Gertie, she doesn't shoot. She doesn't shoot at all. Nothing, ever. She will never shoot a tear at you. What she does do is she spawns a lot of creeps. So she'll constantly spawn flies. She'll constantly spawn the little red, I don't know what they're called, the little red nubbin things that grow and then shoot tears at you. I don't even know what they're called, but you know what I mean. Those things, she constantly spawns those. Just keep clearing them. As long as you keep clearing them, she's going to keep spawning them, and then, you know, if they're not there and you've killed them off before, they can even come near you, or they can even grow big. Then they're not going to do anything to you because they can't get to you, and you'll be fine. So that's the best way to fight Gertie. Now, we'll go and see. We found everything so far. We found the star, we found the gold room. We're just looking for the boss, which is probably down here. We don't want to get hit by that. Yeah, there we go. We still got mystery present, or mystery gift, or present, or whatever it's called. We're holding it for if we get into a devil room, which we still haven't got into. We do get super bandage though. We're holding the credit card and the present for a devil deal, and we haven't had one yet. So this is depth 1, that is a full clear. We'll move into depth 2, and I'll tell you the best way to fight the brownie. Okay, so brownie has 2 stages. Obviously he has the one where he's the big massive ball of poo, and then once you beat that he spawns into the normal sort of dingle looking shape. While he's the big shape, he's going to spawn a lot of little tiny poos. If you can, clear them as fast as possible, get them out of the way, and just focus on him. He doesn't really do anything other than spawn those, spawn those poos in. So if you can keep clearing them, then he's going to keep spawning them. And if you've got something like Athame or More of the Void, or something that some sort of like Black Heart generation, then he's a great boss to get, because he's going to constantly spawn in mobs, and those mobs are going to constantly be targets for Black Heart spawns and stuff. So he's potentially a great boss to get. When he goes into his dingle form, it's just exactly the same as fighting any dingle. Just wait for the zips across the map if he gets the chance to. Obviously when he got to us, he got pretty much annihilated as soon as he hit dingle form, so we didn't have too much to worry about. But if you do have to fight him in that form and you fight him for a little while, then try your best to just dodge the fast zips across. Don't shoot him while he's zipping, because it makes him go faster. Just ignore him and try to wait for them to come out, and then once he's jumped across to the other side of the map, just get a couple of hits in and then pull back out and go back in and hit. But that's pretty much what I would do for that one. If you weren't, obviously, if you're balling out of control like we are right now, and you're well ahead, then there's no massive need to do anything. You might as well just plow through him. There's no tactic. You're huge, just beat him. But yeah, that would be what I'd recommend. Let's see if the secret room is here. It isn't. It never normally is, but it was more of a hope rather than anything else. So we'll move down here and we'll clear, if we don't get stuck, these rooms over here. Okay, so we'll we'll go down here and clear this room. We'll head up. So we do need to go into the boss trap room, but we need to lose a red heart. So we're going to have to see if we can get a devil deal in... Well, we will get a devil deal, we're 100%. We'll have to see if we've got anything in there. Oh, we can't get out of the mom fight. I didn't realise it was the mom fight. Okay, my bad on that one, guys. Apologies. There was no other way I was going to be able to get rid of the heart without taking the devil deal. I completely forgot we were on depths 2. What we will do is we'll do boss rush because we've made the timer. We might get a teleportation card out of boss rush. So if we do, we will we'll teleport out and we'll do the boss trap room. Let's see if we can get one. Apologies, I completely forgot. I forgot where we were. I thought we were on depths 1. Let's clear some of these rocks so I can shoot just straight across. These hits are not what we want, but I mean, we have Jacob's Ladder Death's Touch with an 11 damage, so it shouldn't be too difficult. When it comes to boss rush tips, I don't really have any. Like, honestly, I don't touch boss rush unless the item inside is massively worth it. Like, if I walk in, there's like a Tech X or a Death's Touch or something of that caliber in here, then yeah, we're doing it. You know, it's worth the effort. Other than that, though, like, I'm not going to come in here and pick up... Like, obviously, we just picked up Virgo. I would never do this for Virgo if it wasn't the full clear challenge. Like, it's just, I wouldn't ever come in. It's not worth it. The item's not good enough to merit the sheer amount of effort you've got to put in to fight boss rush. If you do have a decent enough run and you want to take it on, then if you can get yourself some piercing shots or something like that, and you can shoot, like I'll show you now. So once we kill the Fallen, I just stand here and shoot across, because the likelihood is, if it's not Larry Jr., that they both spawn in the center of the room and you can hit them both at the same time. That's usually what I'd do, but that's just me. We do get some soul hearts from Gimpy paying out. Still no teleportation card, which is a little bit sad. I did miss the room by accident, so I would like to go back and actually do it. But it doesn't look like we're going to get one. Hopefully, you never know, we might get golden teleport or something from the second item once we've cleared boss rush and we can actually get out and try. But if we don't, then apologies for that one. That was just a misplay by myself. I didn't realise what floor we were on. But we've done boss rush, so I guess that, you know, that's something. We did make boss rush. We probably would have made it even if we did the trap room, to be honest, because we've got pretty good damage and stats and stuff. So I don't have any doubt that we probably would have made it regardless. But at least it's something for the runs. We don't usually always make boss rush. We get Kane's other eye. I mean, we'll take it. And we'll head down. I'll see you guys on the next floor, and we'll go through how to beat Mom. Okay, so we will head to the left. It would have been nice if we could have got some kind of mapping or something so I could know where I'm going. It doesn't massively matter because obviously we're always going to be full clearing, but you know, to be able to full clear on a priority would be nice. But yeah. So as far as tips for Mom go, it depends which one you get, because they're all very different to each other. So if it's base mom, then obviously, you know, try to dodge the feet the best you can. There's always, well, there's usually always a tainted rock in the mom room. It's not guaranteed 100% every single time, so don't quote me on that, but a lot of the time there's a tainted rock in there. So if you do need some health, if you are low on health, if you can bait her into stomping where the rock is, or if you can blow up yourself, then you know, you might get a soul heart or two from there for free. So definitely worth trying to see if you can do. Obviously, if you can't, then save it for later, maybe. But there is usually a tainted rock in there, so that's one thing. The stomps are clear the ads that she spawns. As soon as she spawns things, try to clear them. Obviously, when they spawn, when the eyes open, we will take Nose Goblin. If we can get to Hush and have Nose Goblin, that'd be great. But yeah, so when she spawns in the mobs, try to clear those out as fast as possible, because they're what you're going to be dodging mainly, other than the feet stomp, and they're what are going to hit you if you're not paying attention, so try and clear them as quick as possible. The feet are mainly what you want to be dodging, because obviously the eyes and stuff can't really hurt you. I mean, she could sprout a hand out and get you, but it's not guaranteed. It's more likely the feet will hit you than anything else, so that's the one you want to be mainly dodging. But just try to keep moving. Don't stand still realistically, and just hit her, and you should be alright. Again, these are not like foolproof or anything. It's just how I play. So hopefully it works for people. But if it doesn't, or if you know a better way, if you think your way is better, you know, leave it down in the comments. Let me know. As far as Mama Gertie goes, she's pretty easy. You just move out the way of her shots when she fires them out of her mouth. Because obviously she's stuck in this top corner, whereas you're stuck. You can stay at the bottom, so she can't really hit you. We'll continue on the next plot anyway. I should have waited, but we'll continue it. So yeah, she's stuck at the top and you're stuck at the. You can just stay at the bottom. She can't really reach you. All she can do is shoot tears at you. Just move out of the way. You can see them coming. If you can't dodge with a couple of, like with a second to react, then you know, maybe that's what you should be focusing on out of anything else. But outside of that, I would say the spikes are random. There's no way to judge where the spikes are going to come from. You can't necessarily, you know, predict that. They just spawn. If they spawn on you and you're unlucky, keep moving. Just literally stand at the bottom of the thing and just zigzag like this. That's what I usually do if I don't have a lot of damage. Just zigzag. Because then if she does spawn the spikes and it hits you, oh well. If she spawns the spikes and it doesn't hit you, then great. It's not something you can predict. There's no formula for it. It's not like she's not going to spawn them at certain points at certain times. It's literally just random. So if you get hit by it, then it's a bit of bad luck. But if not, then all is good. We do get Mom's Knife and the Devil Deal, which we're not going to take. I did use Guppy's Paw to reduce us back down to 1 red heart container. So we could get into the boss trap room. Wasn't the best use of my hearts, but oh well. I needed to get into there, and it was the quickest and easiest way. We did get Mum's Knife and the Devil Deal. I did choose not to take it, not because it's a bad item. Like, I do really like Mum's Knife, but it would negate. I don't know if it overrides Death's Touch. Maybe we would have just kept Death's Touch, but I don't think we would have. I think it would have negated Death's Touch. Like the Scythes, it would have negated Jacob's Ladder because it doesn't work with it. And it would have got rid of a lot of our DPS because we wouldn't be shooting this many tiers out. We'd be shooting however long it takes us to charge Mom's Knife. So, as good as it is, it's not, you know, it's not the best. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to get Mom's Knife when if we were struggling and we needed something, then yeah, Mom's Knife would have been a godsend. But currently what we have, now will fly through Hush because we'll Nose Goblin stack him a bit. But with Mom's Knife we won't get any Nose Goblin stacks. It'll just ruin the build, and we'll still clear him pretty quickly because that's how Mom's Knife works against Hush. But not as fast. When it comes to it lives while we're here. I get hit. I stand to the left and just shoot across. The tiers come out in patterns, so they come out in like waves. So it's pretty easy just to move in between the gaps while you're shooting across. I mean, I got hit twice there, so what do I know? But that's usually how I do it. We'll move down to Hush, and I'll continue talking about Mom's Heart. Curse the loss, that's fine. So yeah, like I said, I just moved to the side and just move. You just move in between the shots because they're gonna keep coming at you, and we'll definitely take Mom's key. They're gonna keep coming towards you, and it's gonna be like difficult to try to predict them if you're not really paying attention. But if you are and you can see where they're coming from, then you shouldn't have too much trouble because the follow, like I said, the follow sort of a set pattern. So if you can follow them and move in between the lines sort of thing, you should be okay. When it comes to the creeps, just kill the ads as fast as possible. We'll talk about how to beat Hush as we're playing. So the main thing about Hush is the first stage is pretty much just Blue Baby, so kill that. That's fine. It's pretty much just Blue Baby. It's the same rules apply for Blue Baby. As for actual Hush, every stage of every 20% of his health is a stage. So once you do 20% of his health, he'll dip down under the floor. He might spawn some ads or whatever, but he'll stop attacking you. Is the main thing. When he gets to that, you just take a break, just take a breather. Right now, so he's below. We can't hurt him. Just take a breather. When it comes to the yellow and blue shots that he was shooting just then, try to move in between them, try to navigate through them. Again, they're coming out in similar patterns, so you try to move between them. As far as the flies that he spawns goes, like these flies here, they don't target you. If he shoots them out in your direction, they're going to come towards you, but they're not like, they don't target you specifically. The other creeps that he spawns do, but the flies don't. They'll just literally fly past you, so if you can ignore them, just ignore them. If you want to kill them, if you want to use like Athame or More of the Void or whatever to try and get black hearts, then they're more than good to do. But as you see, you just move between the blue, in between the blue tiers, keep throwing shots at him. When it comes to the continuum ones, just stand still. He won't hit you. If you start flapping and moving, trying to dodge them, you're going to just move into them because it's hard to predict where they're going because they're so wavy. But if you just stand still, they're not actually firing at you, they're just firing towards you. I'm pretty sure they're designed to make you panic. So they're there to make you think, and try to dodge out the way, but like, have I been hit once yet? Like, not a single continuum shot has hit me, and I've just stood still. It's because I'm pretty sure they're not designed to hit you, they're just designed to make you flap and panic and move out the way. And that's when you get hit. So you just stand still, they float around you. They look like they're coming close to you, and that's the point. They're going to look like they're going to hit you, so you move. That's the best thing I found about Delirium. That made it. Once I realised that, once I figured that out, Delirium became so much easier. He's still fairly difficult if you don't have enough damage and whatever, but once you realise the continuum shots aren't necessarily going to hit you, it becomes a lot easier and a lot easier to maintain. But we'll move down to Cathedral anyway, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so let's do the trap room. We'll use Guppy's paw to give us some more soul hearts. I'm not in any danger on this floor, I don't think, of dying, so we'll take that. We get a stars card, which should just teleport us because there isn't a gold room. This is gonna hit us. Yeah. So the next boss we have is Isaac, which is obviously in that room there. We'll go back and clear first. Isaac for me is the hardest boss. Although he's not the last boss, he's the hardest base boss. So that doesn't include Hush or Delirium, Mega Satan, anyone like that. I'm just talking the standard set of bosses. I'd say Isaac's harder than Blue Baby. Just because of the brimstone shots and stuff. Like, if you're not prepared or you don't know the best way to dodge them, it definitely can become a hard boss, and definitely one that you lose quite a lot of health on. When definitely the first few times I got to him, the white brimstone shots coming at you all filling the screen was definitely scary, and I definitely didn't know what I was doing, so it can be pretty difficult, but once you realise what's happening, it's not as bad. It's still not great, it's still not easy. Like I said, I would definitely say he's probably the hardest base boss, but once you get to grips with what he's doing, you shouldn't have too much trouble. We will take the black rune that's just spawned there. Wheel of Fortune. We took a few hits, which I'm not overly happy about. See if we can try to find a tainted rock. That'd be nice. We'll see if we can get a decent pill out of here. Power pill, speed up pill. Again, a tainted rock would have been nice, but I guess not. We'll take this black rune. Yeah, we'll take the black rune. We'll use it for the chest if there's any crappy items that he drops. So, wow, I didn't mean to do that. So Isaac next. Again, he fires. Stage 1, he shoots 2 or 3 tears at you at once. Then he changes into stage 2. You want to stick to the corners when he starts shooting the brimstone lights at you. These he shoots in a circle, so he shoots in all directions in a circle. So just try to move in between the gaps and dodge the tears. But I took a few too many hits there, so we will swap out a heart for some soul hearts. We'll move into the chest and we'll continue talking about Isaac. Okay, so let's hope for something decent. Satanic Bible is definitely something decent. Paper, Lusty Blood, prayer card. Okay, we'll take the prayer card, we'll take Lusty Blood, we'll take Satanic Bible back, we'll black rune the rest, we get 3 damage. So Isaac, yeah, when stage 1 he shoots 3 or 4 tears at you in little bursts, along with the purple sort of seeking tears. Obviously the purple seeking ones are the ones that are the most tricky, because obviously you're trying to dodge those, but they're coming at you and they follow your movement, so they're pretty hard to dodge. Obviously try your best to just move out the way of those. As far as the other ones go, like I said, he's going to shoot you in clusters of like 3 or 4 tiers at once, so move to the left and right of them to dodge the best. Once you get past stage 1, he's going to start brimstoning obviously the brimstone beams, not brimstone as you know it. So the brimstone beams, when it comes to those beams, you want to move to the nearest corner, and you should dodge it. It's not guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed dodge. Like, you're not always going to get out of the way. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I'm pretty safe in saying that if you move to the nearest corner, you should avoid getting hit, hopefully, pretty much every time. So that's the best way I can give you to fight Isaac. He can be a tricky boss, just because the brimstone beams can get a little bit sort of overbearing if you're not necessarily ready or prepared for them, but hopefully the tips help. The next boss we have to fight is Blue Baby. So we will hopefully make it to Blue Baby. We are trying not to get hit. It's a little bit difficult because we're shooting a lot of tiers out, and obviously the Jacob's ladder procs as well are making it a little bit difficult to keep track of what we want to let, like obviously our tiers and what aren't our tiers. So I have took 1 or 2 bad hits because of that. Hopefully we get a decent item or 2. Just a soul heart on the floor would be nice that we could get a rune. Okay, we found the boss, so that's good. Clear the wretched out of the way. Equality is not what we want. See, we need to stop taking hits. See if we can find the secret room. I'm not going to search too hard for it. I wonder if it's... yeah, it's probably between here. Oh, it wasn't. We'll try a couple more. So we'll try in here. We'll try in here. And we'll try here. Okay. It might be in that L-shaped one, but I don't think I care enough. Yeah, I don't care enough. Okay, so we'll go back over this way. We'll head up. And I was thinking the red poop room was coming. We'll head up. It's just the fires. Again, soul art on the ground would be what we're looking for this Yara rune. Mr. Mega Pyromaniac solves a few issues. So Pyromaniac makes us immune to bomb explosions. Does actually make them healers if we did manage to get... wow. It makes bombs healers if we did manage to have any red heart containers. It doesn't necessarily work when it comes to... right, we'll yarrow this just for the double chests. We get... oh, we can get some black hearts for these full charges. Bloodshot Eye. We'll take Juicy Sack. Bloodshot Eye can stay there though. Yeah, so we will look for Blue Baby. So Blue Baby's similar to Isaac in he shoots clusters, then he shoots in circular patterns, and the best way is to just stay to the side of him, wait for him to throw out the circular patterns and then move in between them. That is this run done. Hopefully the tips and tricks were good. We did do it under 40 minutes, so if Delirium had have spawned, we would have taken Delirium, but obviously it never, so that is a little bit unfortunate. We did add some tips in how to beat bosses. I gave some more item descriptions and things like that. There is a few exploits that I do know for some like golden poop things and stuff like that, but it's only if they show up can I really tell you about them. Hopefully this helps people. If it does, just let me know in the comments below. If you want some more, if you want me to go into any more depth on anything else, then you know, let me know. I'm always looking to improve the series. But that's win number 5 in the bag, so I'm glad for that. We will have another episode of Neon Abyss on Sunday. That will be episode 1 of the full clear challenge for Neon Abyss. Obviously the first episode was just our first impressions. That episode went pretty well, so we will be continuing it and moving into the full clear challenge with it. But thanks everyone for watching on this episode. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.